Hey.
Hi.
Hello. How you doing?
Sorry, that's awfully big, isn't it?
What? Oh,
Why is
crap.
it so big?
I don't know, but I also.
Oh,
Oh, crap.
sorry. I'll just take that off because that's what I wanted to do. I was going to put it in the hey Mila, how are you? Lockie's going to talk to you for a second while I just have a while I plant this in Facebook.
Yeah, that's right. I'm confused. I can't do anything on this side. Can you see my private chat?
Yes, I did see it.
Okay.
Hang on a sec.
So
No,
yeah,
you might have to, if you've got a second device, you do the same as what I do. Because like I said, I actually cancelled my subscription because it was costing
yeah.
over $250 or $70 a year, Australian dollars, for stuff that I'm doing now.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that much more. So I thought, no, I can't keep that up. That's a lot of money.
That's fair.
Um,
How's everyone doing?
Hello, everybody. Lockie's going to say hello to you all for me. I fixed something up.
How is everyone? Hot. Oh God. Have you got the heat down there too? You don't?
No, it's 15 degrees at the moment.
Crazy. That's crazy. How it can be 15 there and like 40 where Mum is, and then that's insane. Wow.
Facebook. Caroline's energy healing. Just give us 2 seconds.
Oh, bugger that. It's pretty hot up here, but I have the aircon on pretty much 24/7 and don't go outside, so I kind of don't notice it.
Well, yeah, but that's usually me during summer too.
Oh, it's too hot. It's too you can't when you do go outside, you can't breathe because it's just humidity.
Exactly. All right, just give me a second, Lockie. I'll be with you in a sec.
And that too. Oh.
Can somebody let me know if the comment is pinned, please? I just pinned a comment. Can you just let me know if it's pinned?
You'd need ducted aircon where Mum and Mila are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, ugh.
Well, I've got 2 air conditioners. I've got one in the lounge room, one at the other end of the house. So if it's really hot outside, what I do is I turn it on very low in the mornings, and I just close off the doors that I'm not using.
Yeah. So you just have both. You can have both.
Yes.
True.
All right. Now it's too hot. Did you share? Lockie, did you share to your page?
No, not yet.
No, it's not pinned. All right. Why is it not pinned?
But then Lynn said it is pinned.
Yeah, I've just looked. Mila, can you refresh your page and see if it's pinned? Oh, thank you, Lynn. Appreciate it. Just wanted to make sure. And Mila, I did get your donation in here, so thank you for that. Now, guys, we're not going to be on here for too long. So if you are wanting an in-depth reading or a mini read, please just have a look down the bottom in the chat. It will tell you how much it's going to be. And it's simply because Lockie and I haven't been live for a while. I haven't been well, and Lockie's been doing a lot of stuff himself. So just know that it's not going to be a 3-hour live. If anything, it will be an hour, maybe 2, but that's about it. I don't think I'd be able to go much longer than that. So if you are wanting to put in a donation, please do. Yeah, I got yours, Mila. And Pam said hello to you, Lockie. Mila said, yes, I've got your reading. And Margaret shared to our groups. Thank you so much, Margaret, for doing that. I appreciate it.
I'm going to try and log into my other StreamYard because I don't think I'm logged in. So I might disappear for a second.
Okay. All right. Well, just let me know if you need to have the link shared again or link sent out to you again.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, good.
And you don't have an avatar either.
Yeah, no, I think I need to log in. I haven't logged in.
Oh, Oh, I see. I see
Yeah.
what you mean.
That. Okay, be right back.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Oh, he's gone completely now. Share to my pages and my group. Thank you so much, Pam. Appreciate that. Oh, here we go. The dogs are at it again now. So I got Mila's. Oh my goodness me. And I got that. Hello, Sharon Cullen. How are you? Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how, because I changed my StreamYard subscription and a few things have changed on my screen. I'm feeling a whole lot better, Mila. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. I have had nearly 3 weeks off doing my lives. I think that was the only way that the universe was going to stop me, by pulling me up and just saying, nope, that's it, Caroline, that's it. You are resting, full stop. And I thought I was resting before, but obviously not. So, you know, how are you, Mila? Are you doing okay as well? Don't forget to like the lives, guys, please. Maybe you can't see what's up in my corner at the moment, but I can see a lot of you in the background there. And I've only got 4 likes at the moment, so see how you go. And if I start coughing and disappear off my screen or mute myself, it's just because I'm having a little bit of a cough. But, you know, I've got my water here, so that should also stop it as well. Now, yes, I am. Thank you, Sharon. Where are you, Lockie? What have you done? Lockie. I'm at the studio. There was just one part. Oh. Oops. Sorry. Very loud. I've got everything. Oh, no, I haven't. Maybe I'll just turn that off as well. Yeah, who sent me a donation just then? Mia. Donated. I got it, Mia.
Hello.
Here he is.
I'm back.
Here he is. It all fixed. Have you got your avatar all set up?
Yeah. Made me it sends the codes through email.
Yeah.
For some reason, which is weird. Like, you know how you have to log in and it sends you a code. Send it to my email.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Okay.
So
all right. So maybe it's just the first time.
Yeah, it's weird. But yeah.
Well, it's been a while. It's been a while since we've been on.
Oh, hey, Pam.
All right. Okay, let's get this show on the road because, as I said, if you're wanting a reading, people, please don't leave it till the last minute because we will be wiped. You need to make sure we've got 2 at the moment, one for Mila, one for Mia. If you're wanting an in-depth reading, please make sure that you put it in kind of soon because we won't be on that long for neither of us because neither of us have been on for a while. I haven't been well. And as I said before, Lockie's been taking care of some stuff of his own. So we are not going to be on here long. In fact, I don't know. I think Lockie said to me before he might disappear off the live for a little bit because he's not quite sure what's going on himself. So we'll see how we go. All right. Any donations? I would love one. Any donation readings? I would love one. What do you mean, Pam? Any donation readings? I would love one.
I think she's saying if there was any donated readings.
You mean pay it forward readings?
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. Okay. All right. So not at the moment, Pam. All right. Okay. So let's do this, guys. So we've got Mila first. Mila, are you here somewhere? Just let me know. Mila has a full reading, and Mia also has a full reading. I've got a question for my reading is about my supervisor at work having a go at me today and last week. He just picking on me. I want to know if he will stop. Oh, straight away, Mila, I'm getting boundaries for you. Hi, Simone, how are you? I'm just picking up straight away, Mila. A lot of my messages since I've been ill have been coming through quite randomly and quite fast. So what they're saying to me is your boundaries are not, you are allowing him to do this. What you need to do is step in and say, look, I need to pull you to the side for a minute. We just need to have a quick chat. And you need to talk to him. And here we go again. I'm getting really hot. Guides are coming in. And tell him that you're not comfortable with the fact that you feel like you're being picked on. And also, having said that, is if you're not picking on me, why do I get the feeling that you are? And give him an example of what it is, all right? Because you've got the Three of Pentacles coming up here, and that tells me that this has all got to do with your work, and that you're a really hard worker. So they want you to make sure that you step up and speak up for yourself. This is how it feels like to me. All right, this is you. And it feels like you're defending yourself for something, and there is no need for you to defend yourself, Mila. You are not, it's not okay for him to do that. That's kind of workplace bullying, and that's not acceptable. So if you feel like he's picking on you and you want to know if he's going to stop, the only way that this is going to stop is if you say something to him. Yes, because I had a cry last week because I don't know why he does that. I do exactly, Mila. But do you see what's happening here? This is one of your life lessons, and what you need to do is you need to pull him up and you need to stop him from doing what he's doing. I don't think he's going to feel like it's a threat when you do say something to him, but my guides are saying to me, you need to speak up. This is one of your lessons in life because you very rarely do speak up, and sometimes you leave it too long. And when you leave things too long like that, they tend to fester and they tend to build and build and build. And then all of a sudden, everything is out of control. We don't want that to happen anymore, Mila. All right, so something has to shift. See this? Something has to shift. Something has to change. This sword is the sword of change. It's an ace. It means that you have to deal with this and you can't not. Okay, I'm thinking of talking to my boss on Monday. Okay, so stop thinking about doing it and do it. All right, just fucking do it is what my guides are saying to me at the moment. Use that Nike sign. Write it on your hand if you have to. Just do it. Lockie, do you have anything for her?
So the one thing that I definitely got was having to put boundaries up, but then I felt that there was some sort of pattern to when he does it, and it feels like he may be doing it when Mila is at like an easy target at some stages. Like, so whether Mila has stresses outside of work and comes to work, and he can just tell your energy may be run down and he targets you then, if that makes sense. I'm not too sure if he targets you even at your good times. He will target you then to bring you down. Like, he seems to try to target you at set times, almost like a schedule. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like you could be feeling so good one day and then he'll get you then, or you could be feeling so low one day and he just knows how to top it off. He seems to be very, and I feel like each and every day protection before you go to work is a must, like a protection. The mantra of pretty much saying like being taken away again. And I do feel like the universe is pretty much going to help sort this out, but you also need to put boundaries in place. So the universe is on your side to sort through this. Sorry, what I keep. He's making you stutter and clumps. Like, I feel like he's making you try trip. Does that make sense? It's like he's trying to make you trip while you work. Yeah, so the boundaries are a must, and it seems to be, he knows when to target your energy. It's like he's targeting your energy.
Yeah, he's depleting her energy, and I think he can sense when that is, when you're really low, Mila. He can see it by the way, and this is another thing that they're asking you to do. He can sense, almost read your body language by the way you handle yourself during the day. So if you're hunched over a lot and you've not got your shoulders back, he'll target you when you're like this, when you're protecting yourself. But if you're standing proud and strong, I bet you anything, it shifts.
I wrote down the word good as well. So, and then I felt that you were really good at your work, and that intimidates him. So that's why he wants to make you trip and stumble while you're working. But the best thing that's going to happen is boundaries. And as soon as you learn boundaries, you're going to watch him. It's like a full bounce off. Like, once boundaries happen, it's all just going to sort. There's a lot for Mila in with boundaries and protection. So I'd take this in all aspects of life. I would say you need boundaries. And what you don't want, say to yourself every day, this is not allowed. It bounces off me. Every morning, say, this is not happening today. And I bounce that away from my energy, like in all aspects. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I agree totally. The cards that I've got here in front of me are telling me everything that you're saying as well, Lockie. And I mean, I even have the Seven of Swords here, which tells me that he is getting away with blue murder, basically. Now, you see, hang on, let me see if I can bring this in a bit. Can you see these swords in the background here? Because it's not focusing properly. He's got a number of swords already here, and he's ready to go. There's actually 7 of them. So he's got 4 left here, and he's got 3 up here. That usually tells me that he's left a trail of destruction behind him. But you'll notice this smile on his face, and it's a very cheeky, I am full of confidence bullshit that he's got going on, and he thinks that he can use you. So you need to step up, Mila. All right, you need to deal with these boundary issues that you've got. It is something that they're saying, they're pushing you. They're actually pushing you in the back, saying, do it, Mila, do it. Stop thinking about this and just do it. This is something that you can't keep allowing people to not just steal your energy, but to and not just, I'm using the wrong word here, but it's the only one I can think of at the moment, abuse your energy that you've got, because you are such a really good worker, that he's using this to his advantage completely, and it's not right. It's almost like workplace harassment or bullying, which is what I said to you before. All right, so Mila, and it's not just a matter of you saying, I understand, and I don't want to be pushy or anything like that, but I do want you to message me or Lockie, it doesn't matter who, on Monday after work, and let us know how you went.
And once you start putting these boundaries up, the universe is on your side and will help remove that energy. It just needs you to do that boundaries, and then, which boundaries I feel is definitely going to your boss, doing everything you can to make, force this person out. Sorry. I feel like if she expresses this to a boss, they'll see her emotions behind it and really take it on board, I feel. Yep.
Sorry, am I off mute? I am. Yeah. So you've got this, and I just drew another card that tells me exactly the same thing. All right, you need to be, the word selfish always comes up with this card, but you need to stand your ground. You see how she's standing? Oh, you can't see it because it won't focus again, but see these emotions here? at the moment, what they're saying to me is your emotions are allowing you to be used by this particular person. What they want you to do is step into this role of being the queen and making sure that he does not move you, does not affect you, does not abuse your work ethic. So you just say to him, look, I'm sorry, I can't do that, you know, and your expectations of me at the moment are just, it's far, they're just unreachable, and I need to talk to you. My emotions are everywhere at the moment. Yes. So they're asking you to be really strong with this particular card, Mila, okay? Just be strong. Okay, so Mila, do you have any other questions that you would like to ask about that? But step up, woman, please, step up.
This card just shows me that, like, too many people are walking on her energy, if that makes sense. There's energy being walked all over. So yeah, it's like the circles are energy, and then that it's just foot tracks. And I just feel, yeah, it's definitely like, because her emotions are all over the place, it's easy for people to walk all over her at the moment. And it's putting up those boundaries, and the universe will help once you do put those boundaries up. Yes,
yes. I love the way you interpret your cards, Lockie.
Why?
It's very unique to you. And, you know, when you show people the card and when they see what the card looks like, and then you tell people what it means, it absolutely makes so much sense. So,
oh, really? No, it's just the way, like, it.
Yeah, it's very flowy, very good. Do you see anything for my daughter? Okay, the last thing I've got for you, Mila, is I've got confusion going on in her mind, confusion going on in her emotions. And this could be just a typical teenager thing, but I get fidgety, I get anxiety. I'm not sure which direction I need to go in at the moment, but what she needs from you is direction. What she needs from you is protection. These are the sort of things that I'm being told at the moment. To foster her authentic energy at the moment, because she's not actually strong enough to do this by herself. Whatever it is that is challenging her at the moment, she needs direction from her mum, you. Does this make sense to you, Mila?
Feel you're very well set thinking what I'm feeling to saying what I'm feeling. Yeah. It feels like I pulled the card reliable, but before this I felt like my mind was going to explode and I did not know where to put my thoughts. So I feel she is going through maybe some just chaotic thoughts.
Yeah.
Like confusion. I don't know. It's just, mine seems to be a bit scrambled at the moment. And I feel like the best thing right now for her would just to get the best, be almost glued by her side, as bad as it sounds. And like, she may seem annoyed by it, but she needs it. Like, try be pushy and annoying, as bad as it sounds, to be there for her.
Like, be a mum.
She wants it so bad, but then we'll shut it down when she's offered it. So if you just force it, she'll, you know,
And if she's talking about boys, hey, you can be as pushy as you want, but, you know, just be there. Talk. Actually, when she comes home from school, just sit down and make a cup of tea and just say, what's been happening for today? I'll tell you what my day's been about, and go blah, 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 and then just say to her, how's that boy we were talking about the other day? How's he going? I hope you've told him where he needs to be at the moment. Just stuff like that. I'm a master at pushy and annoying. Emma. Okay, all right. So that is what we are picking up for her at the moment. Mila, just make sure that you are there for her, but also give her direction. And by direction, I mean boundaries. And here's that word again, Mila. All right? This is not, pardon me, my guides are saying to me that this is not something that you want to carry into the next generation. So you have to help her see the boundaries, the clear boundaries that she needs to grow up with, This is why you need to take care of it at your work and even in your personal life. You know, I don't see that much of it happening perhaps with your family, but she also needs to be shown how to do this. And, you know, sitting down and having that cup of tea with her after school and you talking about your day and how you put those boundaries into place and what it actually means is going to, like, it's going to help her so much. She wants to know, what was that? Yes, she wants to know when love will come to her. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God, isn't that, oh, she's so young. This is just beautiful. Young love. That's gorgeous, Mila. Okay, Mila, any other questions? Because we will need to get on to the next person. I don't even remember what the timestamp was, but I'll just put it at 15 minutes, I think. So Mia, Mia, you're up next. Okay, thank you, guys. That's it for me. Done. You're so welcome, Mila.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for allowing. Yeah, thank you for allowing us into your energy to give you that reading for you. Mia, are you here? Mia, 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 Mia. Okay, Mia, do you have any questions that you'd like to ask? Yes, you did need to hear that, Mila, and you're accountable to both Lockie and myself. So there's no getting past this. All right? All right. Mia, do you have any questions that you'd like to ask? And after this, we've got Stephanie. If anybody else wants to put in a donation, please put in a donation because we won't be here for long. So if you're thinking about it, please do it now or forever hold your peace. Did you see my donation come through? Which account did you send it through to, Simone? Just give me a minute and I'll have a look in my other account. Give us 2 seconds. Just focus on spiritual path stuff. Okay. All right. Just give us a sec. Oh, my God. Here we go again. Not now. Yes, Simone, I did get it. All right. I'll have to transfer that back. It was the other account, same as the other one the other day. Okay. All right. Okay, that's all right. All right. So, Mia.
The weirdest thing that I just have to say before I can't move on to anything else is, you know, the perfume ladies wear that's like marshmallow or musk stick smelling?
Musk, yes, musk.
Is that it? Is that it?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm choking on like the musk perfume. Like it smells like marshmallow or something, like a lolly that I used to eat, like the musk sticks. Is that it? Like,
oh my God, I still eat them, Lockie. I still have them now.
Yeah. No, I hate the food. I hate the food. The lolly. But it's like perfume, and I feel like a lady used to wear that musk perfume.
For Mia, around Mia.
Yeah, it came up when I focused on it. So I'm really keep being distracted. Sorry.
Mia, do you know anybody like that? Mia, I'm also picking up a bit of internal conflict with you as well. I'm wearing taboo perfume. I'm not sure who that would be. It's okay. That's all right. It doesn't have to be anybody that you may have known, but that's just what he's picking up. So it's very possible that somebody... Just hang on a sec. What's going on with the confusion with you, Mia? It's like my head and my heart don't match up at the moment. It feels like I'm drifting and I'm not sure what's happening here. It feels like I've got one oar on the left side that is rowing, but the right side is not rowing in unison with the left oar. And that tells me that it feels like you're a little bit out of balance with what's happening to you, around you, or for you. Taboo does not smell like musk, guys. Mia, I'm at odds with myself. Okay, so that's what I'm picking up. Okay, so what they're asking you to do, Mia, is to move back, work backwards with this feeling, with these feelings that you've got, and figure out where it's coming from. I'm picking up it's coming from two different places. One is you've brought it over from another lifetime, and the second part is when you were a child. It feels like you were lost as a child and you're still lost now, because this is the child within you that is saying, I don't know where to go. I don't know who to turn to. It's just, I feel so alone. So what they're wanting you to do is work with this and figure out how. Okay, so they're giving me the word strategy. You need to find a strategy to move through this, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many thoughts like that you have like this per day. Nothing is going to help it unless you have a strategy to move out of this particular space that you're in. You're the only person that can do this. It's not... You can't even ask anybody else to do it for you. You could... pardon me, you could go to a counselor and ask them to give you some form of strategy, but I'm being told that it is something to do with your guides that you need to work through. Something about you're not being honest with yourself, they're saying to me. Be more honest with this about yourself. Work with the shadow side, and I don't like using that anymore, but it's the only way I can explain to you how it feels. It feels like you're you're not allowing yourself to see, to work with the feelings, where it's coming from. No, counselor won't work. No, okay. Okay. All right, so don't go. No, then there's no need to go and see that one, unless it's a spiritual counselor of some sort.
I was going to say, sorry, just wanted to jump in. I do feel like in some sides of the spiritual or just in life in general, there's been some sort of door closed, because it just feels like disconnection. Does that make sense? I feel like I've disconnected, and I do feel like it's so trying to reopen that door. Sorry. I don't know. I don't feel like counselors will help as such, but I do feel like there is some sort of things out there that like activities that you should be looking at getting into as a release. I do feel like there is a lot of release that needs to be done, and sort of just like even just a moment where you can completely shut off your mindset and not feel the reality of the world. So that's where I get the float. This is where I'm going back to the float. I feel like she needs to just have a moment of complete nothingness, even if it's just for a day. Like I just need to shut off my mind completely. And if it's, I don't know if there's certain hypnotherapy that is, you know, guided meditations. I'm not too sure, but I keep going to these type of, what are they called? When it's natural, like almost like natural remedy.
Naturopath.
That's it, like naturopaths, all these things. I just feel like would more benefit you than counselors. Such, I just feel like I need to shut my mind from just everything, from the day to day, everything for a moment. And I feel like you'll be able to recharge if you were able to completely just stop that thought, like stop the thought pattern that you're in. I get that.
It's like coming to terms with this world is so hard for you. Oh, yeah.
I feel like she's almost going through the same thing I'm going through, and it's hard to put into words, but it's it really is. And it's you just it's like almost like you're meant to be here, but you're also not meant to be here at the same time. Like it's hard to explain. Like you're out of this world almost. So it's like you feel like you don't fit in. This world is like you feel like may feel like life's against you at times, or it's just constantly like.
I think what's needed here, Mia, and if anybody else wants to take it on board, that's fine as well. But I think, you know, we are here. We are the change that is expected to happen here in this dense world that we call Earth, right? And this is something that we all need to work through. We don't feel like we're supposed to be here because we're light workers, for fuck's sake. You know, we're not meant to do it the old way of being. Everything is changing. All right. So what my guides are saying, Mia, is they're asking you to please take the load off yourself. You can only do what you're doing now. You can't, the expectation of yourself and wanting to do more, you can't keep doing that to yourself, because you will just keep you will just keep feeling like you're less than. I don't feel like I belong. Yeah.
It's crazy because she's almost like cautious to heal. Does that make sense? But it's almost valid, like with how she's had experiences of trying to heal before. I feel that like I just feel like she's cautious to make them steps forward, like cautious on how it's going to affect you. Is it just bringing up crap that you don't need to bring up? Like, you know, that's I feel like you're cautious on some way of healing. And I just feel if you're able to find moments of your own way of release, doesn't have to be talking about it or bringing it up as such, but release. You need release. You just need moment of like complete stillness is really what everyone needs, because life is overwhelming and it's fucking crazy. And it feels like it just keeps going. Like it just keeps going, you know, you're like, oh shit, like sorry. But I feel like once you find your own way to release, you do feel this is the peaceful card that comes in. You're at peace with your past, present, and future. That's how I'm seeing it right now. And yourself, like, and you're at peace with yourself and with your past, present, and future. So I just feel like, you know, you finding that moment of stillness is what you need, and maybe even finding just other ways of healing that you're not the typical ways of healing, just ways you know you will enjoy. Which is healing is being spontaneous and doing things for yourself. Like it really is, I feel.
Yeah. So Mia, just make sure that, and you know, you were saying here that you said it feels overwhelming. What I want you to do, what we would like you to do, is not overwhelm yourself with that need for peace, for the way that you're saying that you're striving for peace, right? If you just stop your mind from going into overdrive, and just stop and just be human for a little while, right? The peace is already there. You just haven't seen it. You can't feel it because your mind is just in overdrive. So nothing typical about me and everyone.
That's true. The peace is there. It's just your mind. That's the most truest thing. Like, and it's learning to like conquer our mind. And that's life. Like, it's learning to like conquer our mind and like be happy with it. And I get it. I get it. Like,
see all the swords here, guys? Mia, I want you to look at how many swords are here at the moment, mate. I want you to look at the butterfly, because that's the pressure that you're putting on yourself. Okay, you're the butterfly, and all of those swords are directed right at you. And this is on an internal level, right? This one here shows another side of you that is also putting pressure on yourself, like you just can't stop your mind. It's in overdrive at the moment. So slow down, woman, slow down. Yes, always put pressure on myself, yeah. But this is something, you know, I'm always talking about life lessons. I'm a huge person for life lessons. We know, you intrinsically know what your life lessons are, Mia, right? And that tells me, and this is for me as well, not just for, you know, you, but anybody else can take this on board. It doesn't give us the right to hide behind them. We have to keep moving forward with our lessons, with our life lessons. That's why we're here, to make the changes, to shift the world. We're here for that. Right, so take that pressure off yourself in your mind, that I need to be somewhere else, that I have to be somewhere else, that I'm not doing as good as I should be doing. This is the egoic self talking to you. Get rid of the pressure. Just say, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. I don't care anymore. And being at that level where you say you don't care anymore, this is where it happens. Okay, this is where it happens. Just say fuck it.
Just fuck it. It is what it is. Like,
exactly. It is what it is, and you can only change that which you're capable of changing. Anything else, you're not. I don't give a fuck because I don't I don't care. I let it go. All right, now I'm just gonna take that off here, Mia, because I don't want to see you I don't want to see you being banned for writing that on there. So I've just taken it off. If anybody wants to write that, we're allowed to say it on Facebook, but you're not allowed to write it. So when you write it, just use hieroglyphics, and we'll figure it out.
It's gonna sound weird, but I feel like I got like a headache in the side of my head right here, and I got told it's because there are like spirits and guides trying to communicate with you, but then I felt like it's like there's a cling wrap around your skull or a brain, and then they can't cling through it. It's like spirits can't cling through it. It's you've put this blockage over your brain of some sort. It sounds weird. I just seeing like a dome over your brain, and the headache is from the spirits trying to talk, but it's not being able to reach, because it just feels like, it sounds weird. It's a weird headache. It feels like it's on my skin, not my head. It's like, does that make sense?
Yes,
like, and like there's something protecting my brain, so that way, like, and it's giving me a headache because they need to. So strong.
Okay, all right. So Mia, you also have some homework to do, Mia, just like Mila does. Mila has homework to do. You've got homework to do. What we want you to do is to take that pressure off yourself. Yes, because I'm ignoring my guides. I have a headache. Yeah. And all of this is self-defeating, it's self-deflating. You can't ignore them. They'll just keep hounding you until you let them in. Right? And the only way to do that is to let go of that egoic self. Just let it go.
And it's weird, but it's really up to us. Like, it's only up to us when we do it. Like, and it will keep getting worse until we do it, but it's up to us. It's up to us how bad it's gonna get, really. Like, that's like, we can ignore it, but it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse, and then it's really up to us, like, on how we do it.
Sure is.
God,
sure is.
Sometimes reading is annoying. Sorry, because I'm trying. I know I need to take it on board, and it's like I'm like, I know, and then it's like, I can relate. So it's like that's where it gets. It's like my guide's looking at me like, listen to this. Like,
so Mia, when you said yes, it gets so bad that I give in, what I want you to do at that point, when you give in, what happens to you? right? And I'm not going to answer that, nor is Lockie, but I want you to go away and have a think about it. What happens to you when you give in? How does it make you feel when you give in? I feel relief. Hello? Hello, Mia? So give in a little bit quicker. Happy. What about those times when you don't give in? What about all those times that you don't give in? What are you putting your body through? Talk to me. What are you putting your body through when you don't give in? I can sit here and wait all night, and so can Lockie.
Yeah. I feel like
I'm torturing my body. You're torturing your body. And how does that make you feel, Mia?
like a headache because my head's still throbbing. Like it's really like it's really in the sides of my head too. It's really, it's also feels like it's stress induced, and like I feel like the more that we do this, the more our blood pressure goes up, the more we get blood pressure, headaches. Like, because this feels like almost like a stress blood pressure type of headache where it's just in your head, like my head's going to explode. Like, but it's usually from,
So, which one would you prefer to feel, Mia? And you know exactly where I'm heading with this, all right? I can see you smiling now. Right? You know where I'm going with this. You know where we are going with this, right? So that expectation that you've got, that underlying expectation of needing to be better or to be somewhere different than where you are, get rid of it. Fuck it off. You don't need it. Okay? So your spiritual path is there already. You just have to align your head and your heart to be in the same place. Say it out loud for you to hear it for yourself. Yeah. Yes, exactly, Karina. So align your head and your heart and just forget the rest, right? No expectations. Let go of the expectations. Have you got anything else for Mia before we end the read for her?
The main thing is really just also the amount of pressure she puts on herself is like, you don't need to have that pressure. It's all pressure you've put up, like you've made up in your own mind. Like a lot of the pressure isn't needed. It really isn't. And it's trying to get my mind to completely stop. Completely stop and being able to just switch my mindset onto different things, because it really is. Yeah, it's really, and it's all just pressure on yourself. And putting pressure on yourself will put you in a rut where you will not be able to get out of bed. You will not be able to physically move because you just feel so much pressure. And I
perfectly said, Lockie.
It's true though. Like you will end up almost disabled, like because you just put so much pressure on yourself, and it's not needed. It's not needed. And switch my mind, but it is definitely hard. But knowing that you don't need this pressure and saying that whenever you feel like you've got pressure is the first little step. Like it helps. In the background, you heal more than you realize. So when you say like when you feel like I feel tense. I get it. Like when you feel like holy shit, like I have so much pressure on me, I just want to scream. Like you're like, wait, no, this pressure is not even needed. Like it's just not. It's all make. And then go do whatever you want to do. That's that time there is when you feel so overwhelmed where you're gonna just break down and scream. That there is when you say, fuck it, I don't care, I'm going, and then just go somewhere nice for yourself, go get some takeaway. You know, I don't know. Do whatever you do that makes you happy.
Mhm.
You know, and that's it. And don't worry about doing what you have to. Don't worry about cleaning the house. Don't worry about doing all these little things, because it doesn't need to be done that day. You can go and just chill, leave it till you're
Yeah.
ready, you know. And
I
we're
think,
all ready at our own pace. Don't
yes,
compare yourself to other people and how they can get through life. You can only do so much that you can do, you know, and don't try not to put too much, try not to compare yourself to others either. And yeah.
and that applies in your spiritual world, Mia. All right, it applies to your spiritual world. At the moment, your egoic self, your mental ambition in the spiritual world is driving you, and it's driving you to the point of not being able to match it. There is no matching it. You are unique. You are unique. No, there is no one else like you, Mia. You are doing exactly what you're meant to be doing in the here and now. So let go of the expectations, okay? All right. Okay. And that being said, Mia, is what we have for you. Just let it go, woman. Let it go. This is all to do with your spiritual journey. I bet you anything, and it just needs a yes or a no or nothing at all. I bet you anything, if you weren't involved in spirituality, this would not even be an issue for you, would it?
I feel like, yeah, undo your hair or whatever, because I feel like my hair's too tight. I don't know, that headache.
Yeah.
Like, feel like,
Yes. Yes.
yeah, let your hair down, chill
I
out.
knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. So take it off. Take the pressure off. Let the headband go. Get rid of it. Undo the hair, whatever it is, whatever you need to do, just undo it. I've just got to plug myself back in here. All right. So we've got Steph up next, then Simone, and then Sherry.
I'm just going to quickly top up on a coffee.
Yeah. Can you make me a cup of tea, please?
Yeah. Yeah. How do you like it?
Black with 1 honey.
Honey. I don't have honey.
Oh, you'll have to buy me some.
Oh, God. I want to make my own.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. You can do that too. I'll buy it off you. Say to people, envisage your issues in both hands. Throw one handful in the bucket and deal with the other. I like that, Karina. That's lovely. All right, Steph. Steph, you're another one of these people that has lots of questions with no answers. Questions, Steph. Do you have a grandmother or a very close family relative? I don't feel it's your mother. I feel like it's somebody that's kind of earlier vintage than your mother. It feels like she may have even been an aunt that is one of your guides, that she's kind of coming in at the moment. And I tend not to see so much about what they look like. It's just that she's waving her hands around as if to say, well, you know, you feel like you might be out of control at the moment, but you're not. Great Nana. Okay. Just let me a minute. Just give us a second. 56 minutes. So it was your great Nana, was it? Okay, well, she's coming through, but she's waving her hands around like the robot in what was that Lost in Space thing? It's like I'm waving my hands around going, a danger, 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 but there's no danger. And they're asking you to just, she is asking you to just slow down and learn to process things. She's showing me a star. Yeah, I talk a lot with my hands, and she did too. Okay. All right. Well, that's what she's doing at the moment. She's just waving them around as if to say, you know, you need to slow down and process. And I mean, we can all take this on board as well. Slowing down and processing things. She said, you think too much. You think too much for your own good. And I kind of understand that, Nana. So thanks for that. You know, I think too much. I go down too many rabbit holes. And she said, it's time for you to just stop and process this. The things that you keep thinking about all the time are great questions to ask, but you need to be able to divide them. You need to compartmentalize each one and deal with each one, all right, until you get to the last one and the process starts again. I've been given a lot of information recently that I'm not sure what to think of. Okay, well, keep the information. All right. And if you've written it down, what I want you to do is, if you've written it down, I want you to go back and look at it and strike out the ones that don't resonate with you anymore. What's this star about? Have you been searching the heavens? Have you actually been looking up at the sky, asking where you belong or where you came from? Because I'm kind of going through I'm in space at the moment. I'm in the universe, and I'm searching, I'm looking, I'm weaving in and out of all of the different dimensions, different universes, and I'm trying to figure out where I come from. Like, did I come from here, or did I come from there? Did I come from there? You've had many lifetimes. They're saying to me that you've had many lifetimes in a lot of different places. So you have a bit of a piece of each of them. And this is where we want you to work with that. We want you to work with them together, because they're creating who you are in this world that we're living in at the moment. And the idea behind that is that you need to use the free will. Don't get bogged down in it, but you've got the free will now to be able to use this information, to be able to organize this information, make sense of it, and share the knowledge. I'm figuring out where my spirit began. Yeah. My guides are saying to me, there was no beginning and there is no end. Steph, no beginning, no end. You didn't begin anywhere. You always were. You always were. You eat with.
You are the beginning. Is what I just looked at it. This is gonna sound weird. I have a tarot card deck that's in my cupboard, and there's a card on the floor, and it's like two hands touching each other. But then I just got told, you are the beginning. You've created the beginning. You're going to create the end. Like, it's hard to explain, but that's a very like deep. Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's all right.
Card is also acceptance. So I feel like a lot of it is trying to accept your true self.
Yes, bonding the authentic self with the human self, with the part that came from that planet, with the part that came from that star, with the part that came from that dimension, with the part that you believe is the beginning. But again, they keep saying to me, and you know, Lockie, when you mention something about the hands touching each other on the card, what I get from that is work together, work them together. I do go deep and never shallow. No, you know, sometimes that's the worst thing for us, Steph, isn't it? Yeah, I do doubt some of the information I'm given. It sounds unreal, so I'm learning to accept that. Go for it. Go for it, Lockie.
I wanted to say, the world does that to us, where we makes us feel like what we're thinking, what we're feeling, and everything like that is crazy. Or it's some people think we might need to get locked up for some of the thoughts that we have, but it's actually genuinely not. And it's learning to think that society doesn't tell you what's real and what's not. Think of it like that. Like, you know, it's your own experiences that determine what's real and what's not in this world. And if you're experiencing it, it's real, in my opinion. And
Yes.
that's what I want to. I just feel like it's learning that a lot of it is what the world says isn't normal. But if you like, what the hell is normal these days? There's no such thing. So.
No, we're on that precipice of change where everything is not normal. It's normal to me. What your normal is completely normal for you. But that change is coming, right? And you need, Stephanie, you need to gather this information. You need to write it out. You need to look at it and say, nope, not doing that. Nope, this doesn't resonate with me. Yep, I'm going to keep that one because I really like that one, and dive into it and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
All the conditioning to unlearn, yeah. But you're an adult now, so you can unlearn it, Steph. It just depends on how long it takes you, and it doesn't really even depend on that because it was all meant to be this way.
Mm. And another thing I've learned, it's hard to accept and remember and all that, our thoughts. Sometimes they come back to us. So sometimes the knowledge is said once, very hard to bring back and think of again until it's needed. Like it will be stored in your brain. You may not be able to think of it just how you want to, but it's there. You've got the knowledge. It's stored there. It's when it's needed, it's going to be there. So it's, each thought you have, it's programming to stay in your brain. Like,
Yep, absolutely. And, those thoughts do change. They shift.
I feel like as well, Stephanie may have grown up having like really cool imagination and everything like that. And people may have pushed her off and put her aside like the world does. Like to a lot of people, it's like, oh, that's just imaginary, blah, blah, blah. Like, and I just feel like that's going to be very hard to unlearn. But no, it really is other people's jealousy, I would say. Other people's, not understanding. And it's, know that it's other people's opinions and it's not real. It's not true. It's a way other people cope to make themselves feel better. It really is.
She was shut down as a kid for what I saw and heard. And that's generally, and I've said this before, Steph, I don't know if I've actually said this to you, but I've been saying this a lot over the last couple of months. When we are kids, we set up our life lessons to be gone through, to work through them as adults. Doesn't matter what the circumstances are. That's just the way it is. That's how life works.
I also want to quickly highlight, she said, but I might not celebrate yet. I want to say, I don't feel like, I'm not going to give you a yes or a no on that outcome because, my sister tried to ring me. Awkward.
Right now, was a strict Christian and didn't believe in it. Oh, danger, danger, danger!
Oh my God. So I feel like her saying to herself, but I'm not going to celebrate yet, is actually something she's just recently learned. Like, I feel like she may have been one to get really excited before things would have happened and then get very disappointed. And I feel like her saying this is something that she's learned, that I might, but I'm not going to celebrate yet. It's good to have that, but also, no, I just, like, the outcome, I feel like I'm not getting any information on good or bad, but I just want to say that's a very good step for you. Like, it's see that as something you've learned, and it's good because you're not going to be absolutely heartbroken if it doesn't work out. And I feel like you may have been one in the past to think, oh, the world's going to end when one thing doesn't work out the way you truly thought. So that seems like a big growth, and I want you to take a step, take a second to think about that, if that makes sense. I don't know.
It will help. And I actually do believe, Stephanie, with the readings that you've been getting from a lot of the readers, have actually helped you clear things up in your mind. It's actually helped you grow through that spirituality that you needed. you know, before I started getting readings done for myself, I was always questioning things. I just couldn't stop. And people used to say to me way, way, way back when the internet first started, you know, I used to call what did I call myself? Peace Lily. I think that was my first call sign. And somebody said to me once, back when it was an open forum, why do you keep asking so many questions? And everybody knows me. I mean, I ask question after question after question. It's just a Virgo thing to do. It's a Caroline thing to do. I've always done it. And they never had the answers that I needed. Nobody could ever give me the answers that I needed. And they said to me, if you're not careful, you're going to go down a rabbit hole and you're not going to be able to get up out of that rabbit hole again. And I took that on board, and I kind of thought to myself, oh, what's he talking? And, you know, because I'm a Virgo, I thought about that then. And it actually made perfect sense after I started getting readings from people. And every time I get a reading from somebody, and not even when I get a reading from somebody, I just automatically think about that. You know, those fucking rabbit holes, they really pissed me off because I could never get answers. And, you know, what my higher self keeps telling me now is I don't need all the answers. I just don't. Yes, it is Armageddon. I think that's about it, Steph. I don't think there is anything else that I've got for you. I don't know why the Ten of Pentacles keeps coming up for you. Yeah, I am too curious for my own good. No, you're not too curious for your own good. You just need to remember where to stop. Right?
I feel like she's been labeled her whole life and taken on other people's like labels of her.
Yes.
And I feel like she's now in the stage of unlearning things and learning her true self. And it's tricky, but I feel like she's gonna get there. She's already gotten like so far. I feel like you're not the labels people have given you, and your labels are actually your abilities. Does that make sense? Like it really is. Like,
yeah. Share your knowledge, Steph. Start sharing. People need to hear what you have to say. If you haven't started already, you know, I have. Everyone's telling me who and what I am, and now I know who and what I am. I refuse to cook. Yes, that's my woman. That's my woman. Yes, Anna, we've got room for one or two more, and that's it. It's pinned at the bottom. It's $22.22 for a full reading and $17 for a mini read. Okay, Steph, I think that's about all we've got for you. Just please stop thinking so much. Well, keep thinking. They're saying to me, oh, really? Okay, they've just told me to button up, to zip it. That's not what she needs to hear. She needs to hear you are who you are, Stephanie. You will ask those questions. Nobody has the right to stop you from asking all these questions. But sometimes, just like me, you don't need to have the answers. They will come when they're ready.
That's a hard thing to learn, but it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Especially being impatient. If you're like impatient with me and you're like,
yes.
And another thing I used to think as a kid, I will never know the answer of this. Like when I would go to bed or something, and it would really piss me off. Like this is never gonna happen in my lifetime. You know, like did you ever get that? Like, and you're like, why? But like, as you get older, you realize you start to like make sense. It starts to make sense. Like, but as a kid, you have all these answers you want, like questions you want answered. But like, as you grow up, you'll learn. But
yeah, they are. They are, Steph. You're being asked to share. Okay, and I got your donation. And I think if Lockie's agreeable, we'll leave Anna as the last reading.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that? Because I don't want to go for much longer than that.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
Yeah, they do tell me, or it's not comprehensible, and I won't take no for it. So it's very cute. It's very cute. All right. Okay. All right. So, Steph, that is for you. Thank you for allowing us into your energy for this reading for tonight. Say hello to your great Nana. Is it your great Nana? Yeah, your great Nana. Danger, danger. There is no danger, but she's just, waving her hands around at you still, and now she's waving goodbye.
No.
Saying, don't forget me. I'm up here. I'm always watching over you. She's sending you hugs. She's always giving you this great ginormous hug. It's kind of like you were at her waist, and it's almost like you couldn't breathe because you were buried in her stomach. Like, I can't breathe. And she's giving you this great big fat hug. That's what it feels like to me. So yeah, that's what she's wanting to remind you of. All right. So okay, thank you. I will get her to make my tea. She was very tall. Yes, I just get you at her stomach level, and I feel like you're buried in there, and you can. Oh, I can't breathe. It's like putting your head in a pillow. All right. Okay, Simone, are you here somewhere? We've got Simone and Sherry, and then Anna, and then we're done for the evening, guys. And it's 13:13. And the live has been going for 1.13.25.
Yeah, I just see that. Yeah, I thought you meant that.
13. Work is going great. Personal life is going great. What I can control anyway is going okay, but I have an internal review coming up, hoping it's resolved in my favor for the highest outcome of my highest good. Lots of support from my friends, which is great. Is there any messages for me and my guides? Okay, so my guides are just instantly coming up saying you may not agree with the outcome of the particular decision that you're waiting on. It doesn't matter what that decision is, but they're saying there has to be an agreement between all parties here. And once you've made that agreement, then things are going to get easier for you at work. There is a particular person at your work that has their own interests at their heart and is not willing to consider the whole as an outcome for everybody's best good. And they're going to make it just a little bit harder. And I think that's what the hurdle is that needs to be gotten over. But there has to be some form of agreement. It's kind of like this workplace agreement, they're saying. And they're saying, do not, if you can avoid it, please don't dig your heels in too far, because it won't be to your advantage this time. They need you to learn how to communicate fairly and how to agree to something without agreeing. It's like drawing... what do they say about honey and vinegar? With the flies or whatever it is, you can get more done by feeding something honey than you can with feeding them vinegar. I'm finding it difficult to express myself here. So perhaps it's just a little bit difficult for you to express yourself. What do you mean? Oh, crap. Simone, what does that mean? It's just something that's coming through for my guides. They're just saying that it may not be something that you are completely happy with, but they need you to work with it.
I'm going to say that's exactly what I was going to say as well. But then the first thing was like, I'd seen it, but I had no idea how to put it into words. I didn't know how to express myself.
Yeah.
So it may be that like I need to speak up more a little bit in some way, or but the agreement is true. There needs to be some sort of agreement to the outcome, and I felt like there may be some sort of delay for the outcome that you exactly want, but still, I still feel like it's gonna be some sort of improvement, or like, but I still feel like there's something that needs to be done. Like, yeah.
Can't go too much into what you're saying about them overdosing you, Simone. This is something that is it's an energy that is out of my control, and it's not coming through to me about that. But what they are saying to me is that there has to be some form of agreement that is going to be made. And without that form of agreement, nothing is going to work.
So I keep drawing eyes, and I don't know what you're waiting for. Really, I really don't know. If it's medical, I do keep going to the eye. Like, I do feel like there's something that may need to be like sorted with the eyes medically. Sorry, a bit stunned with that.
No, that's okay. If it comes through, you've got to say it.
Yeah.
I'm just getting this young soul at the moment, Simone. I don't know whether you've lost anybody or not, but I have this really young soul who is just sitting beside you, and it's almost like you're standing up and they're tugging on your coat. Like, I'm here. They're saying, I'm pulling down on myself here. They're pulling your coat or your top, and they're saying, I'm here. Will you just notice me? I'm here. Doesn't matter what happens in your world, Simone, I'm still here. Does this make sense to you? You can work through this. You have the ability to work through this. You have the ability to work through this with them. But so far as anything medical is concerned, I can't help you out with that because, like I said, those energies that are working not to what you consider not to be your benefit, not to be for your benefit, there has to be a way around this. Yes, it makes sense, I think. Okay. All right. Who is this young soul? Did you lose somebody, Simone, or is this who is it, guys? She's showing me long blonde hair. It's kind of a female in a really old-fashioned dress. So it could possibly have been somebody from your very distant past, even another lifetime. I don't know whether you've done any past regressive work or anything like that, but they're also showing me a well, like a water well. Like you didn't have water in your home back then. So it feels like it's in a previous life, Simone. You weren't treated well in that particular lifetime either. And they keep saying to me that you will find a way through this. You just have to keep persevering. But persevere differently, they're saying. Could be Isabel. I've been told a few times I lost a child, a girl. Okay. All right. In this lifetime or a different lifetime, Simone? You got sick. This little person got really sick. and didn't make it through that particular life. And you've been brought back on a couple of occasions with some sort of illness that you've had to work through. Same as this life, except we're giving it to you differently. Work with it differently, they're saying. Deal with things differently. You had no choice before. It was taken away from you, or you were young. This particular person is coming back to you, reminding you, I'm still here. Yes, in this lifetime. Okay, in this lifetime. Hi, Susan. Rainbows, lots of rainbows at the moment for you, Simone. Lots of rainbows. Do you have anything for Simone?
With Simone, I just keep going back to the results. I do feel like it's definitely may not be in the exact ideal that you want, but I pulled the card impulsive, but I'm looking at this and I feel like I need to put my barriers up. This is putting my barriers up. That's how I've seen this card a lot tonight. And I see like you're going to have to express your voice as loud as possible. As this is a time where I'm going to say it's okay to come across angry or come across stern or come across pissed off. You know what I mean? It's fine. It's more than okay to be an aggressive person in this situation to get the answers you need and to get heard, because you need to make sure your voice is being listened to and not just brushed off onto the side. Because I feel like that may be something like you're speaking and no one's listening and you're just speaking. It's like, am I talking to myself here? You know, like I do feel like she's just definitely going to have to make sure she's puts her wall up, speaks as loud as she can, make a scene really to get the answers you need as well and to be heard. It's really, I feel like for some reason I feel like it's really trying to just come to an agreement, but they have to listen to you to come to an agreement. Does that make sense? So you're going to have to like spin that out. My friends are helping me this time too. If that means your friends are going to be there and to help, that's great. You know, the more people that the doctor can see, like, you know, okay, people are witnessing it. You need to write down as well things, because you're gonna you might stutter when it comes to having to speak, but you know, just be loud and speak about it as like yell it out to get answers. You know, and some things you may have to be lenient on, but you'll be okay with that. Does that make sense? But there's also some things that they need to be lenient on as well. Like I feel like some things may be unnecessary, some things are necessary, you know, and it's just working together to figure that out, I feel. And write down your symptoms. Write down your symptoms. I'm not too sure if you have problems with your eye. Sorry, I feel I'm struggling to speak a little bit. So it is a struggle of trying to voice things, I feel. And I do feel you may also have to be lenient, definitely, to some things as well. So blurred vision, okay, definitely. Because the eye was one thing. I feel like they need to do some testing on your symptoms, on your specific symptoms, because they may actually be able to find like, oh, okay, they may be something behind the eye caused from this med, you know, so medication, sorry, or whatnot. it's just definitely get them to like actually test your symptoms, not just write them down. You know, they got to test your symptoms because they're not going to know by just hearing it.
Oh, so true, Lockie.
It must annoy you. I'm sorry.
No, not at all. Not at all. You speak the truth.
Like, all this advice, but then like can't do it myself. But
also truth. It's just so truthful. I love you. I think you're gorgeous. All right. Okay, Simone. I think that's about it for you. Unless you have any other questions, we will move through to Sherry. Sherry. Simone, do you have any other questions for us? Oh, my goodness me. If I put that whole thing on the screen, we won't see each other. All right, hang on a minute. Let me read it out to you. I want to know, is spring of 2024 going to be when I am finally going to get a career change away from the government and our family a move to the country? Also, I need to know what is causing these anger and rage episodes with my son Ashton. It is the energy. Is it the energy or spirits around him? I hate seeing him this way. It causes so much fear being around him and our family. I know he does not like being here in the 4D world, so I know he leaves his body and lots and stays in the universe and other dimensions. Okay. I have to take that off, otherwise I can't see Lockie. I might have a better outcome. Thank you for the reading. Grateful to both of you. You're so welcome, Simone. Hi, Michelle. All right, so Sherry, just let us sit with this one for a minute. To know if spring 2024 is going to be better when I finally get a new career change. Are you expecting to move jobs? Have you actually found another job, Sherry? Because I'm being told. Huh? Go on.
I feel like there's a lot of work that needs to be done. It's not impossible, but I'm going to have to be taking some things that I want. So there's wants and needs in life, you know. I'm going to have to get rid of a lot of wants to make this happen and put this as a need instead of a want. Does that make sense? I do feel like prioritize, and you may have to go without some things that you enjoy from time and time, but I do feel it isn't impossible without. So it'd be a struggle to get everything you needed sorted, but it's not impossible. You just have to maybe substitute, you know, things you enjoy just to save some extra bit of money, you know, or do all these things, or spend that little bit more time of your days having to go out and do like a lot of other things. So I feel like, I don't know if you can, if you're working or not, even if you have to take some days off just to focus on finding a job, getting your papers together, you know, getting your stuff together. Like, you know, I do feel like you need to put as much time as you can towards this for it to happen.
Yeah, I think it's important for her to figure out which one is the most appropriately the one that is most in need at the moment first. Prioritize them.
Yeah.
Because I think that will have a flow-on effect.
That's true. Where is
it? Sorry, go on.
Sorry, those anger and rage outbursts, I just got told he hasn't got to experience this joy that life has to offer yet, and he will experience that, and he will be able to like want to live from that. Does that make sense? Like, I still feel like he's young or youngish, where he hasn't got the life, you know, he hasn't got all the life experiences just yet, and I feel like things are going to happen for him, which is going to give him more of that hope. It's like he hasn't got to experience that joy just yet.
I actually feel like Ashton, I mean, he has some issues with the, what you're saying, 4D world, what I call sometimes the 3D world, because he doesn't feel like he belongs here. And I think this is what's happening to a lot of spiritual people at the moment, Sherry, where we don't feel like we belong here. But this is what separates us from the people who, what I call, are still asleep. So no matter if he is separating himself from the world at the moment, because he finds solace in that, then let him separate. The anger that you're talking about is his inability to be able to correct it, to control it, because he just doesn't want to be here. And he doesn't know how to make it work. He doesn't know. He hasn't, they're telling me he hasn't met his tribe yet. If he met his tribe, then he would find it easier to move through all of these issues that he's having. And we have to remember that anger is also a form of a substitute for the feelings that he's actually feeling. All right. So if he's feeling out of control, he will directly go to anger because he can control the anger. Well, when I say control it, he can feel the anger. If he is feeling like he wants to cry, again, he will move into anger because he doesn't want to cry. He feels better when he's angry because he understands what anger is. So anger is his go-to. It always has been, even as a child. He is also autistic, and I know he do understand it and being here. He's autistic, and I know he does understand it and being here. He is so spiteful, gifted. What do you mean, Sherry?
I think she meant spiritual.
Do you mean he's so spiritually gifted? Is that what that's supposed to say? Spiritual, yeah. Mm. You know, I was only talking a couple of weeks ago to somebody about autism and ADHD, which I think are just classifications for this particular world that we're in, and I don't agree with them. But you know, a lot of people who need to have categories put them into this, and they are the ones that are so gifted, but they don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to use it. They don't know how to experiment with it. They don't know how to voice what they need to say to people. This is why it's so hard for them. Like it's almost like I'm my head in my third eye area is like burning at the moment. It's almost like he's on fire, but he doesn't know what to do with it all. Like I just keep touching my head, or does he tap or anything like that? Hi, Kirsty. Does he tap or do anything like that? I'm not saying that tapping will help him. I just feel like I'm tapping my head at the moment, and it's not me. It feels like it's him that's doing this. Yes, he doesn't know how to use it or voice it. No, he doesn't tap it. Okay. Somebody's tapping his forehead. Somebody's tapping his third eye. Somebody's tapping his third eye. If it's not him, they're just constantly doing this, and they just need somebody to... Can you ask him whether he feels any pressure in that particular area and see if you can get an answer from him? Because it's almost like it's going straight in through here, and I feel it in the back of my head where my third eye is. It's like it's in the middle of my head and I can't get to it. No, he doesn't tap it. Somebody's tapping his third eye. He goes off world because they understand him there. He uses his anger here because nobody understands him here. He feels so deeply, but he can't express it. He feels like he's locked into a body that he didn't agree to, but he did. There has to be somebody out there, Sherry, that can talk to him and remind him of what his agreement was before he came here. He's sleeping right now. He loves his sleep. I'm being told he loves his sleep because this is his escape from the world. Does he play any sport? Does he do any sport, like any ball sports or swimming or anything like that, Sherry? They're saying to me that some sort of physical activity would help him, and to be with people like he is. No sport. Is there a reason for that? My guide's saying to me, find a group like he is. He loves to ride horses. Can he do this every week? Can you find something for him to do that will give him an outlet that he can look forward to in this world? He needs to see that it's worth his time here. Trying to get him back to riding a horse again. Well, maybe you should get up on top of a horse too, Sherry. Yeah, I know. I mean, I used to ride horses too, and I don't know that I would actually ever, pardon me, get up on top of a horse again, but hey. Now, what other things were you asking about before? He is energy spurts around him. I hate seeing him because I feel so much fear. Being around him and her family. I know he does not like being here. Okay, so they're just bringing me back to what you were saying about a career change, and you wanting to move to the country. They're saying to me you will have both, but you are the one, and I think Lockie was saying before that you are the one that's going to have to get rid of the needs or wants. Was it that? Yeah. Get rid of the wants, and prioritize which one you need first and make it happen, because it will have a flow-on effect to another part of your life, which will apparently also help your son Ashton.
I do see that. I felt like that before. Like,
yeah,
the move as well is going to help your son.
Yeah.
But I also feel the whole situation, this is for both subjects, I feel, is it's like a domino effect. At the moment, things are just like dominoes are tumbling a little bit. And when I say that, I feel like it's almost like Groundhog Day, where it's like the same shit over and over. I'm waking up doing the same shit, and it repeats on. Every day is repeating on to the next day, and it's the same. And that also, I feel, may be somewhat affecting your son as well, with every day is the same. You know, it's not getting to experience other things in life. It's just the same, you know, and I feel you may also feel this as well. It's just the same, you know, like same shit, different day type of thing. And I feel like moving will really help him with that. I feel like you'd be surprised at how well he will take the drastic changes and stuff like that, because of the amount of joy he starts to receive from that. Does that make sense? I feel like he will start to notice, like, right now I feel like it may be hard for him to get right into hobbies as he wants to, but not experience them. So he may get the fear or not want to try it or whatnot. But now that, like, I feel like once you move, there will be more at his reach of what he wants to try, and he'll get more, more hobbies, more interests. Just want that change.
Yes, and it will happen.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, wrong one. Yes, want that change, a move. So figure out which one you want first, all right?
Because like it happens to everyone. The life's eventually, if we don't make drastic changes, life kind of does the same thing. And I feel like in a safe way, make that drastic change. So don't just flip your world upside down tomorrow and leave, but start making that plan and working hard for it, because I feel like the outcome's definitely in your favor if you work for it. And will help both situations. Like with the dominoes all line back up once you start to line them back up, they all start to line back up. So it's not just one thing that's going to change, it's multiple, and it's all kind of growing.
Yes, that's what I was thinking before, Sherry. Somewhere that you can have a horse for him to go and visit whenever he needs to. So, my guides were just saying to me just before, just make sure that when you move somewhere where you can actually access for his needs, to cater for the needs that he needs. And I think you're aware of what I'm trying to say here. I just don't like saying it because I don't like labeling people like that. But he has special needs, okay? And they're saying just make sure that when you move that there is somewhere around you that has special needs, that they can cater for him.
I feel like if she looks, she'll be able to find places that he live in more than where she's at now. And there's a lot of planning that has to go into this, a lot of deep thought, planning, organizing, hard work, the whole deal, but it's very possible.
Okay, Sherry, have we answered all of your questions? I was just about to move on to Anna, and then that will be our last reading for the evening. You're so welcome, Sherry. Hopefully that has helped you. You will get all of these changes that you're wanting, right? You're already putting it out there. So, I actually believe that your home will be the first one, which will affect your work or your career. I'm also being told that you probably be able to do something remote, which means that you'll have more time with your son, Ashton. And you will get that horse too. All right. Okay. Thank you for your donation, Sherry. And thank you for allowing us to read for you. Anna. How you doing, Lockie? I'm just about zonked out too.
I'm getting zonked out, yeah. Yeah, getting there.
Hi, dear. Hi, dear. Which dear are you talking about? Is that Lockie or me? I'm Caroline. He's Lockie. Do you have any questions, Anna? Anna. Oh. The list is closed for tonight. Does it 94? Try to word it. Okay. All right. Okay. Anna. if F investor is wasting time, hang on 1 minute. This F investor is wasting time.
This fucking
You mean
investor?
it's fucking investor?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what this has to do with your investor question, Anna, but I've got a card here that is called Creative Project. And it says your soul longs to express itself in creative ways. We're guiding you to infuse artistry and creativity into your life. Creative expression makes you feel active and excited and reignites passion towards your life. He wants our house, but overweighting. He wants our house, but overweighting. You're overweight. You're overweighting for him to decide or get the finances together, or you don't want to sell to him. You've got some sort of creative project that you need to start. And this is kind of in the way. He wants our house, but overweighting. Mm-hmm.
The cards I got are pretty reassuring. Well, one of them is reassured, but then the other two are delighted and excited. So I do like both of them are people. All of them are actually people leaping out of joy, and I do feel like this is saying a positive like outcome. But for some reason, I feel like it's like a light switch, random. It's gonna just happen. Does that make sense? Like a 1 minute's on, 1 minute, like 1 minute's off, 1 minute's on. You know, so it's going to just happen very quick. But I feel like what's gonna happen is you're gonna try to push for something, but then it's gonna have to be finished that day anyway. Like just gonna try to push for an answer, but the answer would have happened that afternoon anyway. Does that make sense? How it's gonna happen? Like they'll get the answer the same time that she pushes for something. Like I see her reaching out or making a phone call to push for the answer, but then they're like, oh, we just got the answer that second. Like, you know, I feel like that's how, for some weird reason, I feel like that's how it's gonna happen.
It's just going to manifest at that particular point in time because that's when it's meant to happen. I'm just wondering, Anna, is there any hurry for you to have this deal closed? Is there a rush for this to happen? Or is it just because you're sick and tired of waiting for him to make up his freaking mind? Morning, Becky. You've caught us on the tail end of the live, Becky. We're just about finished. Anna's our last reading. So just wanting to know, Anna, is there any hurry for the property to be sold to him? He wants 6 months settlement. My house in the country will be sold by then. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, you may have to tell him that you've got another investor that is interested in your property, and see what happens. You're going to have to get your real estate agent needs to get his finger out of his ass. Sorry, but that's just what they've said to me. Your real estate agent really needs to get their finger. They need to get motivated with this, because otherwise he's going to lose it. And the longer you wait, the longer they wait, the more you're going to charge. No, I've given up now, and I've given up to God. Yeah, okay. Well, things are going to happen for you, Anna, when that happens. Just give me a minute, and I will ask the pendulum. Is Anna's home going to be sold? Okay, so I asked if your property was going to be sold to the investor that is looking at it now within 1 month, and it said no. And then I said within 2 months, and it said yes. So I'm thinking that this is going to happen in the first few months of 2024.
I keep getting that quick turnaround, like it's like a U-turn. I don't know why. When it happens, it's just boom, like,
yeah.
And I actually feel like it's going to lift your spirit, lift your. The outcome eventually will, but it's like a quick turnaround. Like all of a sudden, something's just boom, there it is, overnight. Like it's there. I don't know, like something. It's just.
It's almost like they're waiting for another investor to come on board before they sign on the dotted line. It's like they can't do it alone. She's working for the investor, I swear. Yes, exactly, Liz. Exactly. And he's not helping, so maybe they ought to swap or something like that. But that's what I'm actually picking up for you, Anna. It's almost like this investor won't be doing it alone. He's looking for another investor to come on board to buy your property so that they can do what they need to do or want to do with your property. So your real estate agent needs to find out exactly what the hold up is. He needs to pull his finger out of his backside, basically. And I know my guide's saying to me, and I think Lockie mentioned it before, that you need to step up and you need to start getting involved in this. If you haven't already got yourself involved with what's happening, to push your real estate agent. Liz says, I worked at a real estate agent. It could be real estate agent's friend, and he's trying to get him a good deal. I would be certainly looking into it and maybe finding, which is just what I said, Liz, yeah, and going to talk to him, another real estate agent, and getting their opinion, and they'll probably say what he's doing is not right. Exactly, yeah. I'm just over the lies. So is our conveyancer. Absolutely. So time for you to set those boundaries into place, Anna. You need to get involved in this. You need to do something about it. Whether you feel it's going to be a good outcome or a bad outcome, you can't not go into it because of fear that you may be, pushing too hard or too fast because it's been going on for too long. And cannot, as they came to us on behalf of him. Yeah. I'm seeing a good outcome happening here. I've got the Sun card for you, Anna, which is always a good card to have. And the card that came out to cover this was just be careful how you deal with this, right? You have to figure out what's going to happen tomorrow. And by that, I mean you have to sort through this with them. You can't leave things the way it is, the way they are. As long as I'm getting out of the city. Yeah, you're going to be getting out of the city. You're going to go to the country where you want to go. I just don't know. It's too far. They're saying to me it's too far in advance to know what's happening with the other house that you want, because everything is hinging on this particular settlement that it can't be figured out yet. So annoying. Them move them once a week. Sorry. So annoy them more than. Oh, yes, absolutely, Anna. Go and visit them. Go visit them. And ask that, have your questions written down. Just say, you guys have been on this long enough. It's time I need an answer. And if I can't get an answer, I will be swapping real estate agents because I'm sure they want the money. Roll some heads. Yes. Yes, Sonia. Roll some heads. Anything else for Anna. My guides are saying to me that you could use your spirituality here with this. You can start doing some manifesting of your own. It feels like you've switched into earth matters and forgotten that your spirituality can help you with this. You can,
Is it checkers or something, which is like the hashtag, and you gotta
it's tic-tac-toe or three noughts and crosses.
Yeah, that. I keep seeing that, but end up being that person that's one in front. Does that make sense? So I just feel like always try to be one in front, and with that, you've just got to harass, nag, be like, I've got other offers. Always, you're in power here, not them, pretty well. Like, in some sense, like, you can choose to move on. It's in your hands. So you've got to make them worried. Like, you've got to give them that little bit of threat that, like, that you're willing to find other options or whatnot. So
that's right.
You've really got to play. You got to play the nasty game a little bit with that. Like, competitive. It's competitive, and you've got to be a little bit nasty in that sense. Like,
now stepping away from spirituality over the attacks. Yeah. No, you're stronger than that, Anna. You will come back to it. All right. I know you know what's going on here, Anna, and I don't want you to give up. Even if you just use it personally for the time being, don't step away from it. They're saying to me that is not why we gave you the gifts, for you to step away from them. Step into them when you can, when you need to, even if it's just for yourself, but do not step away from them. Oh, you're saying goodbye now, are you? Okay, bye. Have you got anything else for Anna, Lockie?
It's really, definitely really trying to be that person that's ahead, instead of waiting for them or seeming like they're in control. Make sure you're in control. So what Liz said, be assertive, and make sure and make sure they know that you're happy to look elsewhere. You're not reliant on them, and make them feel pressured a little bit. The outcome, I do feel like, is because all these cards, you're leaping out of joy. It's like you're delighted. The reassured card is telling me to reassure you that you are going to get the outcome you want. Then I got the exciting card, which once again, it's like, you're really on fire is what it's like. So this exciting card, they're doing this leap of faith and have like little sprint marks coming from them. And it's like, you're on fire at the moment. You'll be like the card Astonish came through, and it's like, wow, you'll be shocked at how fast it can turn around once you start to be assertive and really start to hound and really start to do that. You'll realize how quick the turnaround can be. Pulled the last card, Serene, which just tells me you're going to be, at the end of this, your mindset going to just be on a whole new place. It really is. It's just having to be really pushy, assertive, and just, used by.
I agree. So, on that note, Anna, please don't lose your spirituality because of attacks. That is what they want from you. They don't want you to work with your spirituality because you're so good. You have to be stronger than that. Work on your own if you need to, okay? A lot of us are working on our own. There's not many people that in the spiritual community, and this applies to any other community as well, not just spirituality, where it's hard to trust people. we in the spiritual community or wherever, I find it difficult to trust people. There are a select few people in my life that I trust, especially with spirituality. So if you find that tribe, you stick with them, but you must not let go of it. I could sell for a heap more to a family instead of... Well, fucking do it, Anna. What's holding you back, woman? Just do it. My God, woman, what is stopping you? You have just answered everything. That everything felt like it just lifted off when you said that. Exactly what Lockie said. It was just like, whoosh, everything's done. It will happen.
Big turnaround, yeah.
Oh my God. Yes, true, but my trust factors are getting smaller. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter about that, Anna. All right? You trust your gut, okay? And if you need to walk away from everybody, fucking walk away from them and just do it yourself. Yes, I felt it too, Caroline. Yeah, absolutely. So don't give up, Anna. All right? Don't give up. Don't give up. And you have got a buyer for your property. You know it. And here is the moon card, which says something else is happening in the background. That's it. That's it for you, Anna. You've got this, woman. And Lockie and I would like to know when you've spoken to the real estate agent. And Lockie and I would like to know when you've sold your property to either the investor or your family friend. The option's there. All right, guys, we're just coming up to 2 hours now, and I think both of us have had enough. It's our first one back in a long time, so we just wanted to say thank you for your donations for this evening, and thank you for all being here. We've missed you. You okay, Lockie?
I'm lying down now. I'm yawning and I'm tired. My eyes are watering from how.
Yes, yeah. Screw the investor. Exactly. Screw the investor. Fucking screw the investor. You've got this, Anna. Come on, woman. All right, we need to hear from you, okay? So love and light to you all. Thank you so much again for being here with us, and we will see you again soon. Not saying when, just soon. Okay, good night.
Good night.